Hey friends, kamusta po kayo? Attorney Elaine Antonio Bordeaux. Ayan, sasagutin ko po ang inyong mga tanong. Before we start, my name is Attorney Elaine Antonio Bordeaux. I'm based in the US. I've been practicing US immigration law for 16 years. And sasagutin ko po ang mga tanong dito po sa ating YouTube channel, Attorney E Immigration Lawyer. Kung meron po kayong gustong itanong, you can ask questions sa comment section pero po huwag kayong magbigay ng mga confidential and private information. Okay? Klaro po yan ha. If you want to schedule a private and confidential consultation with me, mag-email kayo eb@eboardlaw.com or mag-text 713-315-7793. Okay po, sasagutin ko po yung mga questions na na-post. Hindi po ito substitute or alternative sa actual consultation with your immigration lawyer. Okay, so, all right, so let's go to the first question. Dali po ha. Okay, so ang unang tanong niya, sabi ni Ismael, sabi niya, attorney, F4 category siya and ang kanyang priority date ay December of 2000. So F4 category, tapos December of 2000, DQ na siya noong 2020 pa, so 4 years ago. I'm waiting almost 24 years na until now, no welcome letter, sabi niya, for interview. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to help you. Hold on Tignan natin yung visa bulletin and I'm going to share to you my screen so we can help you. Okay? All right. So we're gonna share the screen. Ayan. Hold on 1 second. So sabi niya F4 daw ang kanyang category. Na-DQ na siya noong 2020 pa. Okay? And ang kanyang priority date ay December of 2000. So let's see. So I just want to share with you itong visa bulletin. Okay? So you can see here sa visa bulletin, you can just Google visa bulletin May of 2024. Ang F4 category, ito po yung brother or sister, yung sibling petition. Yung kanilang mga siblings na US citizen ay pwedeng mag-sponsor ng kapatid. Ang category po niyan ay F4. So you can see here, September 8, 2003 ang pinaprocess na ngayon. So September 8, 2003, itong nasa chart A natin, sabi mo, ang priority date mo ay December of 2000. So what you can do ay i-contact mo na ang National Visa Center. Hindi na pala sila natatawagan. Merong public inquiry form sa National Visa Center website and then you can let them know, sabihin mo na this has been, your priority date is December of 2020 and according to this chart, their processing priority date of on or before September 8, 2003. Yan. So, lampas na po yung sa inyo. So, you have to reach out to them and let them know. Kasi po, minsan, naghihintay tayo at we're waiting. Maraming cases na ganyan that all you need to do is to contact them. Okay? And what I suggest is that you contact the National Visa Center and the US Embassy and let them know na ang priority date nyo po ay December of 2000 at dapat ma-schedule na kayo for interview. Okay? So based on this on this chart. All right? So do that. Kung hindi mo pa na-contact, please do, and I think that's what you should do. Okay. I'm gonna stop sharing and then I'm gonna answer another question po, ha? Okay. Sabi dito, good day, ma'am. Ask ko lang po kung pwede po bang yung mag-asawa kong muli kung patay na ang asawa ko. Sorry po. Basahin ko muna. Sabi niya dito ay kung pwede daw bang mag-asawa siyang muli without losing yung mga benefits, yung pensyon. So ang dati niyang asawa ay US Air Force. Yan. Okay, so may mga rules po 'yan. I am not an expert on this, so hindi ko po siya sasagutin, okay? But I do know that by marrying, you can also lose. Puwede mong meron kang mga benepisyong mawala because of remarrying. But hindi po ako eksperto, so I don't want to give you any advice, okay, on this. So I think ang pinag-uusapan niya dito ay yung veterans benefits. Yan. So, makipag-usap po kayo. I know that there's a Veterans Affairs ng US sa Manila. So I think before you remarry, before you do anything, you have to talk to them po, okay? Ayan. Alright. So, ang susunod na question po natin ay itong si, this one is, okay, so yung tanong niya po is, kasal na sila sa Utah, ay pupuwede po ba siyang makapunta sa husband niya sa Poland? Allowed po ba ang marriage certificate namin from Utah? Uh, and sana po mapansin niyo ko. Okay, so I'm going to answer this. I do not know po kung ano po ang immigration law ng Poland, okay? So ang alam ko po, dito po sa US immigration, and with respect sa US jurisdiction po, ay valid po ang Utah online marriage. So ito po ay isang, totoong kasal. And bakit ba nagkaroon ng Utah online marriage? Because remember, nagkaroon ng pandemic and people would like to get married and hindi po sila makapag-asawa because at that time, maraming mga offices ang closed and then hindi allowed yung mga physical presence and everything. So this was the solution. Valid po yan. Okay? So this is a valid marriage kung nagpakasal kayo sa Utah. Now, for purposes po ng Poland, hindi ko po alam sa Poland kasi hindi naman po ako immigration lawyer from Poland. So I suggest that you contact a Poland immigration lawyer. And sila po ang nakakaalam kasi ang immigration law po ng bawat bansa ay may kanya-kanya po yan. So say sa Philippines, ang Philippines po ay merong Philippine Immigration Law. Ganon din po sa Amerika, meron ding US Immigration Law, kanya-kanya po yan. Okay, so what will work sa US Immigration Law, maaari pong hindi mag-work sa Poland. So kung gagamitin niyo po yan and you're talking about family petition, uh, applying the immigration law of Poland, dapat po ay makipag-usap po kayo sa isang Polish or isang Poland immigration lawyer. Okay? Pero with respect po sa US immigration law, yes, it's valid. Pero po, for purposes ng US immigration law, ay meron pa pong isang additional requirement. Okay. Alright, so ang susunod na question po, I think I answered this na si Arthur. Sabi niya, yung father daw nung anak ay namatay and gusto niyang i-petition yung grandchildren niya. Pwede ba yon? Under US immigration law po ay wala pong direct petition ang grandparents para po sa mga apo. Okay? So hindi po yun kasama sa family petition. Pero kung talagang, gusto niyo silang makuha ay meron pong tinatawag na international adoption process. Yung international adoption process, kung tama pa po yung edad nila ay first i-a-adopt niyo po yung mga bata and then pagkatapos po ng adoption ay ifa-file niyo ang petition naman sa US under US immigration law and then kung ma-approve po ay makukuha niyo po ang mga bata bilang inyong mga anak. So kung direct petition from grandparents to apo ay hindi po uubra, pero kung gusto niyo kung pasok pa sila sa international adoption ay po pwede pong i-consider. So if they're from the Philippines, talk to a family lawyer in the Philippines about international adoption po, okay? Dalawang aspeto yon, yung Philippine adoption and then meron pong international adoption process. Um, kung saan ipepetisyon niyo sila and then may mga requirements din po. Meron akong isang episode about that. So, paki-search niyo po dito sa aking channel. Okay, H-2B question naman. Ito yung work visa. Attorney, ano po ba ang maximum na taon ng H-2B? Ang maximum po for one visa issuance is 3 years. Okay? Ngayon, ang H-2B ay pupuwede siyang, ay hindi siya puwedeng permanently, hindi yan puwedeng paulit-ulit because it's supposed to be temporary lang siya. So, yan yung para sa mga peak, or seasonal work. So, say sa isang taon, this is an example, kunyari restaurant yung nagtatrabahuhan and then merong month doon na napaka-busy nila. So, say summertime o kaya kung ski resorts naman during winter time. So, may mga seasons lang sila o kaya may mga contract lang. So, it's not permanent na palagi every end of contract nire-renew. So, it's nothing like that. Okay? So, that's the H-2B, temporary visa program. Okay, so how do you do that? You first, of course, only work with licensed agencies in the Philippines. Wag po kayong magpaloko sa mga scammers at marami pong mga online scammers na nagpo-post ng mga websites kung saan kayo ay po pwedeng mag-apply. And then once you submit an application, ay sasabihin meron kayong match na employer and then they will be collecting money from you. So, just be careful po at marami pong mga manluloko dyan sa internet, okay? Marami rin pong nagtatanong sa akin about that. Sabihin nila, attorney, nagpapa-check ng mga letters kasi may mga offer letters na we found you an employer, okay? And then in the beginning, wala kang babayaran, pero as you transact business with them, as you go on in the process, ayan na, manghihingi na for medical, tapos manghihingi na for visa fees, and then may mga, until marirealize mo, ang dami mo na palang nabigay. Okay, so mag-ingat po kayo sa mga online scammers. Only work with licensed recruiters, licensed agencies sa Philippines po. Okay, isa pa. Sabi ni Edu, meron po akong employer sa US, tanong ko po, 66 years old na po ako, pwede pa po ba? Okay, sa US po ay pinagbabawal mag-discriminate on the basis of age. Ayan. So, kung yun lang ang dahilan kung bakit hindi ka iha-hire, ay it's going to be a violation po. Okay? Isa pong bansa sa Amerika ang nagpoprotekta sa mga manggagawa, kahit po yung mga aging workers, ano? So, bawal po mag-discriminate on the basis of age. Okay? Alright. Ito, sabi niya, attorney, congratulations. Ang galing mo pala, sculptor. Congrats, ma'am. Thank you po. By the way po, kung nasa May 11, nasa Denver kayo, I'm going to have a show in celebration of the Asian Pacific Heritage Month sa May 11. Sa June naman po ay nasa Houston po kami with the two great artists, si Direk Fritz Solorio and si Manolo De Perio. And sa July, ako po ay nasa San Francisco on July 8. I'm going to have my solo exhibition sa Philippine Consulate, yung Courage Exhibition po. Okay. Isang comment, sabi niya, ni Fahadar Asian, if Trump becomes the president, yung EB3 unskilled process may be slow or faster. I'm not so sure. I don't know. Maapektuhan po ba yan? I think po pwedeng maapektuhan because ang immigration process is of course under the executive department. So, depende sa policy ng executive kung ano yung mga priorities nila. But I don't know what's gonna happen under Trump administration. Okay po. Alright, sabi nito, last question, attorney, may pending petition po yung wife ko, F2A. Papunta siya dito sa US na naka-tourist visa. Pwede po ba namin ipa-change yung status niya or di pwede? Sabi niya dito, ipupunta. Wala pa siya sa US. Okay, so yan yung challenging na na ano, na by the way pala, I'm using StreamYard, so para akong ghost na. And I'm using a virtual background. Okay, so to answer this question, yung mga pending petition and at hindi na po makapaghintay, minsan naiisip nilang mag-try ng tourist visa. Do I suggest that? Do I advise that? Ako po, I don't advise kasi ang tourist visa application is a non-immigrant visa application. So, kung magsasubmit ka ng application and then you're saying na wala kang intention to migrate to the United States, parang you're not telling them the truth, 'di ba? So ang suggestion ko po ay kung makakapaghintay, maghintay na po for the processing ng immigrant visa. Anyway, ay kung green card holder, tama ba F2A, it will get there talaga kaso may processing time din. Ngayon, if you really want to submit an application for tourist visa, you have to disclose na meron po kayong pending petition and then of course pupuntahan mo yung asawa mo, yon. And then if you get the status pa rin, kung mabigyan ka ng visa, then why not, 'di ba? Pero the most important thing is to disclose na meron po kayong pending immigration application. Okay? All right. So yan po ang ating um, that's it for meron pa po. Last na po. This is the last one. Sabi niya, kasi I can't pronounce the name. Attorney, yung anak ko po ay babalik ng Pinas para mag-aral. Mag-apply po siya ng re-entry permit and tapos na din po ang biometrics niya. That's good. Okay. May nabasa ako na pwede magpasa ng application to preserve para po din mag-reset ang kanyang clock. Tama po ba yon? Okay, so it's good na nag-apply ng re-entry permit and meron ng biometrics. That's good. Pero yung application to preserve, if I'm not mistaken, it's for certain employment. Pero kung mag-ieskwela po, I don't think that will qualify po. Okay? Yan. All right. Yung iba po ay sa susunod naman natin sasagutin ha. Merong magandang question dito tungkol sa annulment of marriage na hindi pa sila pero meron na siyang fiancé from the US. So yan. So sasagutin po natin yan next time. Okay? All right. Well, maraming salamat po for subscribing and for watching. And if you have any questions, mag-email po kayo. Kung if you want to schedule a consultation with me, eb@eboardlaw.com or mag-text 713-315-7793 po. Until next time po, maraming salamat. Attorney Elaine Antonio Bordo. Bye-bye.